honourable member for Vermilion, Lloydminster.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. This past summer, farmers and ranchers from across Alberta experienced some of the most challenging weather in years. Drought conditions, the worst in over 50 years in some areas, caused tremendous stress to hardworking farmers. And starting in early July, rural municipalities and counties all across our province, some 20, declared a state of agricultural disaster. Yet the Agriculture Minister waited until August 21st to finally offer assistance to drought-stricken farmers. Assistance that was for many too little, too late. To the Minister, why did you wait so long in offering assistance to Alberta farmers?
Good question. Minister of Agriculture.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the member for the question. While it was true there were some very dry, adverse conditions across the province, it's also true that the results coming in with the yield is closer to an 85% of our 5-year average. So I do believe now that we were correct in being prudent in waiting to see how the harvest was maintaining throughout the season and to help farmers when they needed it, where they needed it. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Speaker, that points out just how out of touch this minister is, given that the producers that were the worst affected by the drought and the hardest hit were cattle ranchers, and that they were unable to buy feed. In some cases, feed was 3 to 5 times the regular retail cost, that summer pastures were drying up, and in some cases that these ranchers were selling off the very cow herd that produces their livelihood. Mr. Minister, can you tell us why you failed to take prompt and decisive action to assist and to support our farmers and ranchers?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Farming families work hard and are an essential pillar of Alberta's economy. Working with the Agriculture Financial Service Corporation, we provided direct, timely support to farmers during this tough growing season and found creative solutions to problems posed by this year's dry growing conditions. And I'm making sure that the member who didn't misunderstand my first statement was that overall the yields were good, but recognizing that there was areas that were drier, that they did get the support that they needed at the right time. Thank you.
Second supplemental.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it's a given that producers all summer long were desperate for any good news on the agricultural front. Then in October, it came in the form of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Now, given that the signing of this landmark trade agreement was universally hailed by producer groups across our province because of its potential for expanded market access, why was the Agriculture Minister so lukewarm in his response to this agreement? Was it because he didn't want to contradict the federal NDP's objections to this deal?
Out of touch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I see we've changed gears to the Trans-Pacific Partnership. I think it's important to realize the Trans-Pacific Partnership is still just an agreement in principle. No country has yet to sign off on it, and we have yet to see any detail whatsoever. All we've been able to see, anyone has seen, is in the press reports, the releases themselves. Trade is important for Alberta, and our government supports responsible growth opportunities for export sectors. When the actual text is released, for sure we will be looking very carefully at it. Thank you.